Welcome! Today, we're going to break down some really simple but super powerful ways to stay safe and secure online. All the tips we're about to cover come straight from the experts at the Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. So let's start with a really important question. Can you spot the signs of an online scam? I mean, being able to sniff out a potential threat is one of the most vital skills we can have in this digital world. And today, we're going to sharpen that skill together.
To protect ourselves, first we've got to know what we're up against, right? Cybercriminals usually have a few key tricks up their sleeve, and once you understand them, building your defense gets a whole lot easier.
Okay, so threat number one, financial frauds. A lot of the time, what these scammers are really after is, well, it's your money. They do this by setting up fake websites that look just like the real thing, sending you notifications that you've won a prize, or hitting you with urgent payment requests. It's all designed to trick you into handing over your banking details. Threat number two is a big one, emotional manipulation. This is a huge tool for scammers. They'll try to create a sense of panic, maybe tell you an account has been compromised, or they'll get you all excited about a fake lottery win. The goal is always the same. They want to rush you into doing something before you have a chance to think it through.
And threat number three, impersonation. To get you to trust them, criminals will pretend to be someone they're not. They might say they're from your bank or a government agency or even a company you know. By sounding official, they're hoping you'll let your guard down and share information you shouldn't.
All right, so we've identified the threats. Now let's talk solutions. Think about it. Your phone and your email are pretty much your main doors to the digital world. So securing them is our absolute first line of defense. So for your phone, two habits are just essential. First, always use a strong screen lock, a PIN, a pattern, whatever works for you. And second, only download apps from the official app stores, like the Google Play Store or Apple's App Store. Now, for email, you've got to be a bit of a detective. Always check the sender's address. Does it look weird? And just make it a personal rule, never, ever click on suspicious links. You know, scammers pretty much rely on a playbook of tricks. Now, the names might sound a little technical. You'll hear things like vishing, smishing, and quishing, but the ideas behind them are actually really simple. Once you know what to look for, they become way easier to spot.
First up is vishing. That V stands for voice. This is when a scammer calls you, pretending to be from your bank or some other trusted company. They'll try to create a sense of urgency to pressure you into giving up your card details, your PIN, or a one-time password. But here's the key thing to remember. A real bank will never ask you for this information over the phone. Ever.
Next, we've got smishing. The S here stands for SMS, so this is phishing that happens through text messages. You might get a text with a shady link or an urgent request for information, and it's often disguised as an alert from your bank or maybe a delivery notification.
And finally, there's quishing, which uses QR codes. In this scam, you'll see fake QR codes, maybe in a public place or in a message, that send you to a malicious website. These sites can look really convincing, but they're just built to steal your info, so always be careful about what QR codes you scan. Now, let's take everything we've learned and apply it to protecting your money. Online banking is incredibly convenient, but it's one area where being extra careful is so important.
Protecting your online banking really just comes down to a few key habits. First, always make sure the website address starts with HTTPS. That S means it's secure. Next, turn on multi-factor authentication whenever you can. It's a huge extra layer of security. Of course, never share your passwords or PINs with anyone. Always log out when you're done. Try to avoid using public Wi-Fi for banking. And finally, keep your banking apps and your device's software up to date. These habits all together create a really powerful defense.
We've covered a lot of specific stuff, but you can actually boil it all down to 3 universal golden rules. Honestly, if you take away anything from our chat today, let it be these 3 things. They are your most powerful tools for staying safe absolutely anywhere online.
Okay, here they are. Simple, but crucial. First, use strong, unique passwords for every single one of your online accounts. Second, always enable multi-factor authentication, or MFA. That's what adds a second step, like a code sent to your phone to prove it's really you. And third, just get in the habit of keeping your software and your apps updated. That's how you get all the latest security protections.
Look, even with the best precautions in the world, mistakes can happen. If you think you've fallen for a scam, the most important thing is to act fast, and please don't panic. There's a clear plan of action you can follow. There are 3 immediate steps you need to take. First, call the National Cybercrime Helpline. Second, go online and report the fraud at cybercrime.gov.in. And third, contact your bank immediately. Let them know what happened so they can block any cards or accounts that might be at risk.
Of all the information we've talked about today, this number might be the most critical one to have in an emergency. It's the National Cybercrime Helpline, 1930. I would seriously recommend pausing right now to save this number in your phone's contacts. Again, that's 1930. You know, when you boil it all down, it comes back to this one simple, powerful idea. Privacy is power. Protecting your personal information is how you stay in control of your digital life. So as we wrap up, just ask yourself, what's one small change you'll make today to make your online world that much safer?